Many thanks for staying with us. Now, former Heritage Cabinet Minister William Ole Ntimama is dead. Ntimama William passed on at his home from what his family has said is natural causes. His body is expected to be taken to the Lee Funeral Home. And Ntimama, who lost his Narok North parliamentary seat in 2013, has controlled the Maasai politics close to a quarter of a century after beating the then powerful minister in the office of the president, Justus Ole Tipis, in 1988 and became retired President Moi's stalwart. He has died at the age of 86. Well, our reporter Duncan Haimba has been following up this particular beat of the death of former Cabinet Minister William Ole Ntimama. The country is mourning, but most importantly, the Maasai community is mourning a leader who has for a long time been presumed the de facto leader of the Maasai community. Duncan Haimba now joins us live from Lavington, the home of the former minister who passed on this morning from what the family says is natural causes. A very good afternoon to you, Duncan. Many thanks for joining us. You were at the Lee Funeral Home earlier on, and now you are in Lavington. Just give us pretty much a situation report of how it has been since this particular news broke.
Akisa, yes, in terms of the situation report as we speak, ODM party leader and co-leader Raila Odinga is still having talks with the family of the late Minister Ole Ntimama inside the house. But with me, I'm joined with Ntimama's daughter Lydia. Maybe Lydia, condolences to the family. If you could just maybe try to paint for us a picture. Many are talking of Mzee was up and running, and today was supposed to have a Harambe in Malili. Maybe how exactly did things happen?
My father actually went to Melili, which is where he was born, and he chose to go there for 2 days before today. The event was supposed to be held today, a big Harambe for women groups, and he chose to go and sleep there. Melili is a very, very cold area. Mzee has not been sick, has had no illness of any kind. But I want to say that the eclipse that we had yesterday in the Maasai tradition is actually a marking that somebody big is going to sleep, so to speak. And that is exactly what happened yesterday. Somebody big, very big for us, the Maasais, and the nation at large, has rested, and he only slept. He actually ate his dinner at around 10 o'clock, went upstairs to go and sleep, and before he reached his bed, he felt really tired, and the exhaustion, he just lay down and he was gone. He was gone like in a few seconds. And so he just slept. And somebody's day comes. We have finally been comforted by very many friends. As you can see here, so many people have come to comfort us as a family, and we want to thank all those who've come to comfort us. We thank you very much for all this. Duncan, thank you very much.
Maybe, Lydia, you've been very close of Mzee's children in politics. You've been with Mzee from whichever party he was moving. If you could just paint for us, if you could describe for us, maybe for viewers that seem maybe to have forgotten who Mzee was in politics, paint for us, how do you remember Mzee, your days in politics first?
Mzee was the Ma King, clearly put, the Ma King. What he said went amongst the Ma. So if he decided that the Ma, and after discussions with groups, and he decides that we're changing parties, that's what happened. Quite recently, you know that we went to State House to visit the president because it was going to be a move by the Ma towards Jubilee. And Mzee was an enigma. in politics, somebody who made things happen for the Maasai. And we never doubted the changes he brought amongst the Maasai. He always seemed to have the right direction for us. And so Maasais I am paining as a child of his, but I think the pain goes to all Maasais.
You've said he was the king in Maasai community, particularly when some of us started this business. There's something whenever we could hear about the Suswa declaration, it meant things are bad. But could you just tell us, paint for us a picture on how those declarations Mzee could lead, and whenever he used to stand, so long as it was the community, he never feared whoever was against the community, but he would take them head on.
You know that we've had many Suswa declarations. We've had Suswa 1, Suswa 2, Suswa 3, and even Suswa 4. And these declarations were declarations about the Maasai direction in politics, and always led by him. Suswa is sacred ground that we used to make declarations about where the community was going. Quite recently, we were supposed to now have the next Suswa to declare our direction towards Jubilee. Ntimama, my father, was somebody who made a decision and actually didn't care who was in power at the time. Whoever you are, if you're in the way of Maasais, he was a bulldozer, and his bulldozing helped us as a community, as a small minority, and he never felt worried about talking about the Maasai. He never feared for his own life or his own position. Yes.
Maybe before I let you go, we are pressed for time, but briefly, as a family person, could you just tell us, maybe we might not find time to engage you because I can see you are hosting many leaders. How could you describe him as Ntimama, a family person?
Oh, the most loving father. Oh. No, that's not even funny. He was a very loving father, a busy man, but always had time for his family. People feared him out there, but we didn't. He was the kind of father that you can run to and joke with and tell him if we see, for example, things written in the media that would go wrong or look wrong, we'd be able to tell him, and he'd say something, and his laugh. He would laugh out and say, "Leave that alone. That makes news." You see? And we'd tell him that's not the right direction. At least we had the courage to tell him, because he was a very, very loving father. And I was very close to him. And God knows what's going to happen from here. I'm going to miss my dad.
Well, condolences and pole sana.
Thank you.
Well, Akisa, that was Lydia Ntimama, daughter to the late minister, and as I said earlier, she's one who's been very close to Mzee, and as she's just painted that picture, be it politics, be it at family level, that was Ntimama for you, as explained or as clearly elaborated by the daughter Lydia Ntimama. For now, Akisa, as we still wait for CORD leader Raila Odinga, maybe it's over to you with more news, but maybe you'll still have to remain with us, because anytime CORD leader Raila Odinga will be emerging, because we understand he's almost